Welcome to another hsextra.com high school football video, Coach's Clipboard Edition. I am Joe Serrera, and we are joined this week by Northwest Guilford Vikings head coach Kevin Wallace. Kevin, thank you again for joining us.
Thanks, Joe, for having me.
Your Vikings haven't been beaten since season opening loss at East Forsyth. I know there aren't any moral victories, but how much confidence did the way you played against one of the state's best programs do for your team?
I think what we got out of it and our kids saw is that they can come back. We went down early and a year ago, 2-3 years ago, whatever, they probably would have folded, but they fought back, which was a big thing. And we saw us start climbing back. We made some plays that we just didn't finish the game. But I think we got the confidence that we can come back and it's okay to be down at a time. The game's just not over then, that we can keep fighting, clawing back into it and wait till the 48 minutes is up.
What's your team done well during this 3-game winning streak, and what do the Vikings still need to improve?
Offensively, I think we've been very explosive. At times our tempo's been good. I still think we can increase on our tempo a little bit. Certain games, certain situations, and just being healthy. We had 2 starters out last week on offense. Defensively, I think we've gotten better each week, especially in our secondary. I think up front starting to buy in a little bit more. We moved some players around from where they've played in the past in past seasons. So they new positions for them essentially. And I think they're starting to buy in and see some success. So they're ready to go. So we'll see. I think we need to stop the run a little bit better than we have and limit some explosive plays, especially against some good teams. We need to limit those explosive plays defensively.
Your junior quarterback, Tanner Ballou, he's thrown for more than 900 yards, 14 touchdowns. What makes him such an effective quarterback and an effective guy in your system?
So even when he was a freshman, we all said he threw a very accurate ball. He might have made a wrong read, but usually when the ball came out, it was in a spot where our receiver could catch it. I think with the offseason development and just a whole year underneath his belt, he just has confidence in the offense. And he kind of understands now what we see, what I see as a play caller kind of, and we're all on the same page, what concepts affect what coverages and where he needs to go in certain coverages. I think he just has confidence. And with a whole year under his belt, working with the receivers and stuff like that, you can see it on the field.
Yeah, I saw him in a couple of 7-on-7s and scrimmages, and he's calling plays for backup quarterbacks. He's coaching those guys up. It's like, for a junior in high school to have that level of trust from you guys and that level of confidence, I don't see that a lot.
Yeah, it's a number one teaching tool. Make them teach. That's what we kind of done is he has to be able to call plays. And we've done it with our quarterbacks over the years, especially in the summer on 7-on-7s. To find out, for me as a play caller, I find out what they have confidence in, what they know, and what they don't know, and what we have to get taught a little bit better. But yeah, he's got a full grasp of the offense, and he's really developed this offseason as a leader and controlling the team and being the guy, which has been big. And I think that's been a big help for him, his development as a leader.
As good as your passing offense is with him, with Bristol Carter, with Trent Cloud, it seems like you rushed for over 700 yards, and that balance to the offense seems to be something that maybe wasn't always there the last few years and has really gotten your team going.
Yeah, we return up front our whole entire offensive line from last year. We thought we'd be a little bit deeper. We had some injuries early on. We thought we'd get some kids back, but right now, our line is they've played now 15 games together. And they are seasoned. Walt Turner at the right tackle, he's a 3-year starter for us. Our right guard's a 2-year starter. Our center right now is a 2-year starter. Our left guard's a junior, and he's a 2-year starter, so he'll be a 3-year starter next year. And our left tackle was our center last year. So up front, they've really bought in. The offseason development for them, and I think that's what we're starting to see on the field, and they understand the concept. I think one thing we did in the offseason was simplify the run game, which has helped them, I believe.
Friday night, you face the Grimsley program that hasn't lost a regular season game since 2019. What do you see when you look at this year's Worley's team?
They're big up front defensively. Their D-line is large. They got some big guys up there with 99, 55, and 12. And then they bring in some smaller guys who are fast on the D-line. secondary wise, you got Caldwell, who's been a great player in this league for 4 years now. I think they're playing sound in the secondary, not trying to give up the big play. They're really back there. Linebackers are just getting better every week. You can just see on film that offensively the run game's what they're relying on, and I mean they still got players outside. They still got great receivers out there when they want to get it out there.
Mm-hmm.
Quarterback run game, and when 22's back, I think it's a little bit more multi-dimensional in the backfield a little bit of some other things because he can just scoot.
Mitchell Summers, the sophomore. Yeah,
and knowing that he'll be back, so we'll see. They're very good. They're the team to beat. They've been the team to beat. So they keep reloading every year. So we'll see what we can get on Friday night.
They're playing two quarterbacks. It seems like it's kind of a feel thing. Against Reagan, they went with the freshman late in the first half and rode him the rest of the way. This past week against Southeast Guilford, they put the freshman in for one series at the end of the first quarter, beginning of the second quarter, and then the senior, Ryan Stevens, plays the rest of the way. How hard is it to prepare for a team where you're not sure what you're going to get at that position?
Yeah, I think even though they do different things, they're very they're very compatible what they do.
Mm-hmm.
But both can run. There's no doubt about it. Both can run. I think the playbook with the freshman's a little bit more limited, just knowing what he can do and what he can't do and what he knows. It's the same thing we've gone through it with younger quarterbacks in the past and stuff like that. But the senior, his first year in the program and he's done well. I think he's grasped the offense and he can scoot. We got to, after looking at the East Forsyth game, we have to be able to stop some quarterback run game and that's going to be the telltale sign, I think.
What are some of the other keys for your team Friday night to come out of Jameson Stadium with a win?
We got to be sound in the special teams. Past games have hurt us in the special teams, so we got to be sound in the special teams. We can't give up big plays. We got to be able to make a big play in special teams too, I think. Give a little momentum. We have to be able to execute offensively. We have to be able to go. We have to win. We preach with our kids, explosive plays, sacks, turnovers, and tackles for a loss. Both sides of the ball, of either decreasing them on one side or increasing them on the other. And those four factors really play into winning football games. So we're preaching it. We're preaching ball security. We've had, I think, 2 sloppy games. Last 2 games have been a little bit sloppy. So we're gonna work on that a little bit more this week. We have to create explosive plays and we have to execute on explosive plays. And I think that's been the difference in the 3 wins and the 1 loss is that we hit some explosive plays early on against East, but we didn't hit all of our explosive plays. And those are huge momentum changing times in the game. And if we can get some explosive plays going, I think our offense and defense will stay jacked up for the game.
Well, it should be a great game Friday night. It seems like every week now in the Metro 4A, there's a big game. This is clearly the one Friday night. We're looking forward to seeing it and wish you guys luck in that game and going forward.
Thanks, Joe.